The 3 signs of the zodiac will be lucky in August 2023. A well-known astrologer shared which zodiac signs in August 2023 will have impressive success in the workplace. The stars are advised to focus on long-term planning and tune into productive work. It will also give you the opportunity to overcome your own fears. So let's find out what awaits you during this fabulous period. Just to start, I advise you to like and subscribe. And we start. Aries horoscope for August 2023. For Aries, August is ambiguous and much will depend on the field of activity. By and large, this month favors business activity and discourages idle pastime. It is recommended to focus on solving practical issues. You can make your life more productive. Try to put things in order in your daily routine. Start by going to bed and waking up at exactly the same time every day. Set a stable, constant time for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This alone disciplines you. Add a proper healthy diet and regular exercise. It's good to buy a subscription for a few months and start going to the gym regularly. Try to put things in order and cleanliness in the space around you. This can have a positive effect on your overall well-being. If you use the services of assistants in the house, then in August you will have a good chance to hire a nanny, housekeeper, gardener or nurse. Favorable time for the purchase of pets. As for problematic issues, try to restrain yourself in gambling hobbies. Refrain from visiting gaming clubs and playing games on a computer or smartphone. Visiting restaurants, discos, concerts can lead to high financial costs. Despite the regular receipt of income, expenditure items of the budget can exceed the level of income, so it is important to keep finances under control. Quarrels in romantic relationships are not ruled out. Taurus horoscope for August 2023. Taurus in August can feel an increase in creativity. Perhaps this month you will discover some exciting activity, a hobby. You will be able to show your talents in any competitive activities that give you a chance to excel in a new business. This may be participation in a casting or in a creative competition, at a festival or in a theatrical performance in public. There may be situations in which you need to show your artistic abilities. Perhaps you are interested in some kind of sport or art, but your most important hobby may be a romantic relationship. With love communication, you are able to show imagination and you yourself will be pleasantly surprised by surprises. You may want to make a special impression on your loved one, and you will change your image. A visit to a beauty salon can produce a miracle of transformation. The most problematic topic of the month may be related to family life. This is even more exacerbated if you are young and live in your parents' home with your grandparents. A classic conflict of generations is possible, or it will take a lot of worries and troubles to help sick relatives. Trying to be independent can lead to objections from family members. This month it is not recommended to invite guests to your home. Difficulties with utilities may arise. For example, a water pipe may break with the need to urgently fix the problems that have arisen. Gemini horoscope for August 2023. Gemini in August can re-experience all the benefits of family life. A harmonious psychological climate based on mutual love and care can develop in a family. If you have a dacha or a house in the village, then it's time to go out of town and do gardening at the height of summer, when vegetables and fruits ripen and it's time to harvest. You can count on the fact that family members will join in the work together, and together you will be able to cope with business. A good time to discuss issues related to the registration of the inheritance at the family council. You can invite guests to your place and visit relatives yourself. It is interesting to note that in August you may feel a little tired from communicating with others besides your family members. Relationships with neighbors, acquaintances, friends and acquaintances may deteriorate. Who do you usually interact with in your daily life? Perhaps this will be due to the receipt of all kinds of rumors and gossip. Quarrels and stressful situations can negatively affect your well-being. Not the best time for travel, new acquaintances and contacts. Studying can be difficult. Try to find a time and place to be in complete solitude so that no one bothers you, and you can relax and unwind. If you do not have a separate apartment, then you can go to the forest and calmly wander there in unity and contact with nature. A good time for spiritual practices such as yoga, autogenic training, meditation or mantra chanting for the purpose of self-improvement. Cancer horoscope for August 2023. The most problematic topic for Cancers in August may be the financial issue. Probably, you may often experience some kind of incident related to the safety of property. Dishes can often break and household appliances break. To repair or buy new equipment, you may urgently need money. If you have a car, it can break down and require costly repairs. The stars advise not to lend your property to other people for temporary use. Do not let a neighbor or friend use your iron, hairdryer or vacuum cleaner. Even if you have an excellent relationship and you don't regret anything for your girlfriend, still keep your property for yourself. Otherwise, with a high degree of probability, your things will be returned to you broken or damaged. And since an unexpected need for money arises, it is not recommended to lend money to friends. This is a sure way to a subsequent quarrel between you, since it may not be possible to return the money on time. Trips and contacts will go much more successfully. You can get acquainted with interesting and useful people. While studying, you will be able to fill in the gaps in your knowledge and successfully pass the exams in case of admission to universities. A good time for country trips with friends and relatives for a picnic, fishing. Carefully monitor incoming information. Even accidentally heard information may contain a hint for you when making important decisions. Leo, horoscope for August 2023. Lions in August may encounter difficulties in realizing their intentions. If you want to achieve something, then you need to correctly measure your strengths and the degree of complexity of the task before you. It is necessary to take on realistically achievable goals. And at the same time, it is important to consider whose interests you can affect with your actions. The point is that this month there is a high probability that your actions will affect the interests of influential people. So you run the risk of getting into trouble. The simplest example of this can be a professional activity, when you, at your own discretion, begin to do what the authorities do not expect from you. And you will ignore the orders of the authorities. In this case, you hurt the interests of an influential person in whose power you are. The stars advise you to dampen your ambitions and try to be more flexible in accordance with the circumstances. Otherwise, you may be in trouble. At the same time, August is developing successfully for multiplying your movable property. The level of income tends to rise. The budget is successfully replenished and at the same time your financial opportunities are growing. Thanks to practicality, you will be able to make the right decisions when shopping. And your purchases can be distinguished by their usefulness and good value for money. It is interesting to note that during this period your appetite may increase. Unbeknownst to yourself, you can increase the diet and by the end of the month you may find that you have added a few kilograms of extra weight. If it matters to you, then you can sit on an easy child for a couple of weeks. Virgo horoscope for August 2023. In Virgo, August can be ambiguous. The main condition for success is your willingness to take responsibility and resolve your issues on your own. The fact is that no one knows better than you what and how you should do. The stars advise you to show healthy selfishness and focus on personal development and satisfaction of your basic needs. You can make adjustments to your image. This is especially true for women. A visit to a beauty salon will make you look more attractive. The same goes for updating your wardrobe. Another positive direction is the beginning of systematic physical education classes. You can purchase a fitness subscription for several months at once. And finally, this is a great time for intellectual development, for study. But all these directions can become successful only if, as for the problematic topics, it may be related to secret activities and violations of existing rules and laws. It is extremely important to pay utility bills and debt repayments on time. A long delay in August can lead to serious trouble in the form of turning off utilities and blocking bank cards. If you have a car, then the likelihood of violating traffic rules with penalties increases. If you encounter difficulties with representatives of the fiscal authorities, try to look for a way out on your own and refrain from contacting a secret influential patron. Libra horoscope for August 2023. For Libra, August can be a very unpredictable and hectic time. Trying to make plans for August can be completely useless. As a result of unexpected incidents, you may have to quickly make adjustments to your plans and deal with completely different issues. For example, if you plan to go on a trip to the sea in your car, then a serious breakdown can happen to the car, and it is necessary to find money for a long and expensive repair to fix it. Or find resources to buy a new car. In any case, you will have to deal with completely different issues that were originally planned. And similar force majeure can happen to you throughout this month. Any technology, electronics, and friendships fall into the risk zone. Your relationship with some friends and girlfriends can suddenly become aggravated after a break. This is all the more likely if you have loaned money to friends and the due date for their return falls on this month. Things will go much more successfully for those who like to be in solitude and are deeply engaged in any business. A great time for spiritual practices for the purpose of self-improvement. Find a time and place to be alone and focus on yoga, meditation, prayer or autogenic training. Finding spiritual balance, you thereby contribute to finding balance in the outside world, at the level of everyday events. Scorpio horoscope for August 2023. For Scorpios, August can be quite problematic. External circumstances may not be in your favor. To fulfill your intentions, you may have to put in much more effort than you originally intended. Try not to get into arguments with influential people, bosses at work and with government officials. It is these people who can become a serious obstacle for you on the way to achieving your goal. Public speaking is quite problematic, including in connection with passing exams. Some of the examiners may put obstacles in your way. The most difficult thing can be things in business activity and in a career. Contractual obligations may be violated. In general, it is better not to set important tasks for yourself this month. With the start of new projects, it is better to wait for now. Friendly communication will go much more successfully. You may often be invited to friendly parties and you will feel real support from friends and girlfriends. If you have a quarrel with a marriage partner, then only friends will be able to act as peacemakers and lead you to resolve the conflict. A good time for sports training and competitions as part of a group of athletes. You can visit stadiums with performances of their sports teams. You can make plans for the future and act with an eye to getting results in the distant future. This month, your circle of friends and girlfriends may expand. Sagittarius horoscope for August 2023. For Sagittarians, August can turn out well for business activity. Therefore, it is recommended that you prioritize issues related to your career and daily work. In personal life, significant events may not occur and it can be relegated to the background for the time being. To be successful in your profession, you need to show diligence, consistency and dedication. It is important to act strictly according to the plan and not to fall behind the schedule. Senior management may notice and appreciate your ability to deal with practical issues. You may be promoted or assigned a more responsible task. The stars advise you to put things in order and cleanliness in the space around you. Indirectly, this can positively affect your well-being. It is good to carry out general cleaning in your apartment. A source of joy can be communication with pets. You can buy a kitten or a puppy, purchase the necessary accessories for the care and nutrition of the animal. If things have accumulated in the house in the form of bit equipment awaiting repair, then in August you are able to clear this mountain of imperfections. The most problematic topic of the month may be study. If you need to study with a tutor before entering a university, then these classes will be given to you at the cost of great effort. It is better to refrain from traveling abroad and contacts with foreigners. Not the best time to settle legal issues. Capricorn horoscope for August 2023. For Capricorns, August can be ambiguous. The probability of financial losses increases for a variety of reasons. First of all, try not to spend money on entertainment, of which the most serious are associated with visiting night and gaming clubs. You can get too carried away with computer games for money, especially with a visit to an online casino. The difficulty of the moment is that this month you can turn into an addicted person, and once you start playing for money, the feeling of excitement can increase and it will be problematic to stop. It is not recommended to make financial transactions with other people's money and take responsibility for managing other people's money. First of all, we are talking about obtaining a bank loan or making purchases with a credit card. After all, when you make purchases on credit, you thereby dispose of other people's money that you borrowed. Romantic hobbies can develop much more positively. Those Capricorns who have had a virtual romance on the internet will be able to make a trip for a love date in real life. And such a trip can start a very real love story with favorable prospects. There may be positive hobbies such as skydiving, paragliding, hang gliding with a trip as part of a group of like-minded people to fly. Another successful direction may be related to studies. Strengthening intellectual abilities will allow you to fill gaps in knowledge of the curriculum. An exceptionally good time for learning foreign languages while traveling abroad. Aquarius horoscope for August 2023. Aquarius during August may periodically aggravate relations with a partner. We are talking about any partnership, personal and business, but to a greater extent, partnership difficulties can affect relationships in the family. A typical situation of a quarrel may be the refusal of a partner or partner to fulfill certain obligations in household matters. If your family has divided duties between spouses, then your partner may either refuse to do something from his duties, or be unable to fulfill them. If your partner is very busy or sick, you will have to take on the double burden of maintaining order in the house, and this will by no means arouse your delight. There can be many reasons for a partner to leave his duties, but the result is always the same. You will have to take on additional obligations. It is not recommended to get married this month. It is better to wait a bit with the wedding. Signing a lease can also be problematic. A contract signed in August may have to be terminated soon. At the same time, there may be positive moments for your family in August. If you have been planning to make a major purchase for your home for a long time, then in August this dream may come true. If necessary, the bank can approve you a mortgage loan to improve your living conditions, buy a house or apartment. The stars can support you in any changes in your living conditions. Pisces horoscope for August 2023. Fish in August are advised to pay special attention to their health. The fact is that during this period in your body, there may be an energy decline with a weakening of the body's defenses. Despite the summertime, do not forget to dress for the weather. Be sure to carry an umbrella with you. It will be enough for you to get under a cold pouring rain or a draft to start the process of a cold in your body with all the ensuing unpleasant consequences. Take care of your nervous system from stress. A conflict situation with aggressive people can throw you off balance. In connection with the above, there may be a state of general stubbornness, increased fatigue. Physical overload can negatively affect your well-being and lead to a decline in the level of performance. Try to evenly distribute the load, alternating between work and rest breaks. August is favorable for maintaining and developing harmonious partnerships. A partner or partner in marriage will delight you with a willingness to make concessions, agree and help in everything. If you were previously in a quarrel, then you can calmly discuss all the problematic points, come to a mutual compromise and reconcile. A great time to get married and attend a wedding celebration as invited guests. You can and should go out with a partner to social events. a good time to conduct any negotiations and sign final agreements.